Hello, Saturday night. And as usual, I'm scrambling. I mean, whoa. I mean, really scrambling. That's all right. We're going to get there. Making sure that we're good and up everywhere. Okay. I think we're getting ready. How is everybody? Anybody's watching live? Tell me where you're watching from or what you're doing this Saturday night. that. Oh. Okay, this is what we're doing. So I have this, and it's called Squire, and it's my personal assistant. Has your typical chat interface. I did move the chat up to the top, and I did that because mobile, it's much better having it at the top, in my opinion. I use this for work a lot. I use it for personal. I use it for building, ideas, projects. This is deployed on my VPS, so it's basically reachable from anywhere. So like I said, typical chat interface. We have speech to text, we have image upload, and then we have documents, which I have some little bit special feature there too. Everything is savable, each interaction. And let me show you a better example. We gotta get some music on though. We gotta get some music on. And that was way too loud in my ears. Okay. Here we go. So this is just from a stream the other night. So this is my user input, right? This is something I said to Squire, and then this is its response. So if this was actually something I wanted to save, I have the ability to save this interaction, because you don't want to lose tokens, especially, if you're planning something or iterating something, and you can lose a lot of that information. So I can save it. If I hit save on any of these, this will come up. I can put tags on it so you could find it quickly. So that's one thing I did. I think that's a little bit different. And then we also can get a better format in a, there we go. We can get a report generated. So you get a markdown report. I can export that by PDF or markdown, or I can just copy it. And again, all of these are savable. Integrated with Google Calendars, you have notes, which if you pin a note, this also pins a note to your agent. And the agent is, we're using Sonnet 4.6. So the agent would be aware of all of these notes as well. So it can search over them, or, tell you if you're missing something. Reminders, the same thing here. You can create manual reminders or through the chat interface, and those are all tracked as well. And our documents, so I can upload documents here. This is basically a RAG system. So if I go to the chat, this agent can search over all these documents that I have uploaded. But I also, if you want to zero in on just one particular document, you can do that, and it creates, well, first it'll display the document to you, and then you can chat over just that document to get more specific information, or if you know where you're looking, that kind of thing. But the real thing here that I'm proud of is our memory system. And actually, let me start. So if I go to our timeline, so as I chat with the agent, we're extracting entities, essentially. Gotta turn this music down in my ear again. It's too loud. And then we take those entities and we develop relationships between those entities and store them in a graph. Now I can take you over here. So if I go, this is an example of, and this is not every entity, but these are entities that have been extracted. And then what we do is we take, over time, as you chat, those extractions are given a value, a salience value. And they're also given an emotional value. And this is all synthesized by the model. And we do that by what we call sleep or consolidation. So, and that runs every hour. So you have a chat, you get memories extracted as entities. Another agent comes in, looks over those extractions in the chat, creates salience values, an emotional value, a decay value. And all of that is synthesized together and it creates this living summary. So this is essentially me, right? So then this context, this living summary, is then injected into the context window of your agent. So it's not retrieving, memories. It's having this memory package given to it when it comes in, and that changes and evolves as it goes. So that's the memory, and you can see if I go to the graph how things are connected by relationships. And I had an example the other day I seen, if I can find it again. Probably won't be able to find it. There it is. So this is Christiansburg, and just to show you how this all connects. So this is a town that I have to travel to for my work, my day job. I'm a sales rep, flooring sales rep. And this dune sand is a color of a product that I sell, a Duramax. Now what's cool about this, and I think the reason this is in here, when I click on this, all right, the user agent Squire successfully completed, and it's cut off here, and I've got to fix this because I should be able to click here and then see this whole memory, but I can't. But I can tell you what happened. This is the first time that the Squire agent, I sent it to Mannington.com because I just wanted to see if it'd do it. I sent it to Mannington.com and told it where to go. And I told it to go to find this product. And this is a tile in the color dune sand. And I told it the product name and the tile. I actually gave it the product number, item number. Find it, and then on that page there's a order sample button. So I told it to click on that and order the sample. So I gave it the instructions, like basic instructions of what to do. It took a while, trust me, but it filled out, it went to Mannington.com, filled out the online form, didn't have the dealer address, just had the dealer name. So it looked up the dealer address, filled in the form, ordered the sample, and then my dealer got the sample 3 days later. So that was a big deal, right? it was a big milestone, honestly. So that's what this is, and it just shows how it connects, how this memory system connects a memory to an event, right, or an entity. So that's Squire memory. So what we're doing is we're taking this, which it's highly personalized to me, because it connects to another tool that I use called Mandrill. On the back end, Squire can, on the VPS, it has free reign. It has a sandbox that has free reign, can spin up tools, can spin up trackers. So I use that a lot for my work if I need to just track something. It can call, it can build, it can improve itself. It can work on its own code. But it also can call Claude Code, and we can run Claude Code headless for any really big builds or anything. Then we also use a smaller model, Grok 4.1 fast reasoning. That's like our worker that can do searches of the code base. It checks my email, sends me messages throughout the day, status reports, just kind of whatever you want it to do. I don't have it doing a lot right now, but I mean, it can. So this is Squire. So what we're doing is we're going to take this and turn it into an OSS, an open source, and we're going to get it refactored, so it's clean and ready to go OSS. That's what we're working on, and we've got our plan here already to go. This is where we're starting, phase 0. We're just doing a backup and wipe, which is we're wiping. We started this a few weeks ago, but I kind of got sidetracked, and we actually improved Squire tremendously on the memory side, memory retrieval, and made it more efficient. Because we were sending way too much context at one time. So now it has more of a, does it need this? It has a gate, like, does it need this much context, or is this just a basic answer? We don't need to load all this. So we're getting smarter about that, right? So we're going to wipe that initial OSS start that we did and just start clean. Then we're going to remove the Mandrill tools, and that's that special tool. This is Mandrill, and I won't go into this deeply right now, but this is just what I use to build. Everything I build goes through here. This is my AI first project management tool. It's an MCP, so Claude, Opus, GPT, they can all talk to it. And it's has a complete history on any project from start to whatever point I'm at. And it's the way I can maintain a project too, because there's no way I would be able to remember all of this. So that's our plan, and that's kind of going to get it going, and I'm going to watch it. We're going to watch it pretty close tonight because I want to make sure that we're not skipping stuff, and maybe you can, learn how these things, actually work through, especially Opus 4.7. It's kind of interesting to kind of watch it. So let's do one thing. Let's check and make sure that we do have our context stored in here. Yep. So we got our plan stored in Mandrill as well. And I think we are ready to go. Let's go. Now we're gonna see if I tried to prompt Opus up here before we came on live to be confident and bold, because it's very hesitant sometimes. It's very careful. Which sometimes is not a bad thing because it's, you know, it will find some edge cases. And here we go. Yes, we have our plan. You can go. It's just confirming because we're wiping that old directory. So that's what I mean. It is very cautious. All right, phase 0 is done. Which I would hope that would go smoothly. So while that's running, I can take you, well, it's actually here. This is going to be kind of hard to see on screen. Remember my controls here. There we go. So this is kind of how Squire is laid out. If we just start here at the agent core. So we just have this agent engine that this is the Grok model. And then I should have done my homework before this. I did this right before I came on, so I'm kind of flying blind here. And I'm probably stick with me 1 minute here. Let me make sure. I think we consolidated that, obviously, unless this drawing's not right. But basically, we have two loops. We have two cores, and we might be routing it out of this now. To be quite honest with you, I'm not sure. Actually, here's our router here. So, like I said, we have that smaller model, Grok 4.1 fast reasoning, which is a really good model, and it's cheap. And it can do a lot of work, especially if it's like, you know, defined. And then the tools that it has, of course, it has the memory that we talked about, the notes, the list, the calendar, the email search, and then we can do PDFs, and then it can do browser searches, web searches, connects to Telegram. Okay, Mandrill is the tool that we talked about that I use. That's what we're going to be taking this out. It has its own email, so it can email me. There's Telegram. We're going to leave all of this in. Tool logger stays. The commune stays. Commune is the a Grok specialized worker. It's what checks the email. We use a Google Auth for calendars and Gmail. And then our RAG system is going to stay as well. And so is speech to text. I have text to, this text to speech is in here. It's not wired up, and I'm actually going to take it out. I I'm not, that technology's not there yet for me. Unless you know, it's not worth, you know, to me, it's not worth sending it out to a big API service. All right, so what we do use externally, so like I said, we have web search. Right now, we're going to take this out. This is the Mandrill. It has its own email. We're connected to Telegram. We talked about the Google Gmail calendar. This is the Grok API that we're hitting. Or actually, no, this one's not connected. We had this. This is a optional connector that we're going to have. Well, we do have now, and we're going to add some more optional connectors. But this is where I'm using the Grok 4.1 Fast, and then Claude Sonnet 4.6 is the main agent. And then I use a local on my VPS Quinn 2.53b to do our embeddings on the database. Let's see. So this is just our database, and again, it's a RAG database. So what you store gets turned into vectors, and it's stored as vectors and in chunks. So it's an easy way for AI and a fast way for AI to search. All right, let's go back and check on. And just so y'all know, this is not a polished show, right? Like, this is like, I'm showing you how you really build and how you really work with AI. So I need audience participation. I need somebody to tell me where you're from, what you're working on, say hi, let me know you're here. All right, so we're at a checkpoint again here. Phase 1 is done, and we are committing after each phase. These time estimates kill me. All right, so it's saying 4 to 6 hours. Please recommend it. Now we're gonna go. Let's go option A here. It's worried about. It's worried about, it knows we're live streaming, so it's worried about presentation. So if we go back over here to Mandrill, let's see, where's our plan? I need to log in again. That's what's going on. No? No. Man. Let's see what's going on. Why am I missing it? Come on. I say this every night. There it is. I really have to put a search bar up there. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the plan. It's not it. I swore we looked at that plan a little bit ago, but maybe I didn't. But we can do this. I know. I think I know what happened. I think I know what happened. I think I lost it. Because it stored it in that directory and we wiped that directory. Pretty sure that's what happened. But that is okay too. Why is that rendering like that? Come on, Claude Code. So odd. Why is it doing that? So basically, we're just going through and making sure that there's no secrets, hard-coded, no real personal information, especially SSH keys. Anybody watching live, tell me where you're from, or where you're watching from, or project you're working on. Don't make me talk to nobody, man. Let me talk to somebody. Gonna have to get it to save some updates context. Mandrill, it's not doing that. They're usually pretty good about it. It's very detailed. We'll give it that. Opus thinks through a lot of stuff. That's why I'm being patient with the conservatism. Because it's very smart. They all, excuse me, they all do dumb things though. So you still have to watch them. That's why I'm not a believer in, I'm sure somebody can do it, but I don't think there's very many people running 20, 30 agents building reliable stuff. But I could be wrong. So I'm just telling it now to save a context in Mandrill. That way we have a checkpoint if something happens. We drop the stream or the connection. I'm pushing this context limit a lot farther than I normally do because I think we're at like 200K right now. And I'm a 200K and below guy. So I'm having it saved as context and then I'm going to make a decision. Do I let it go? Or do we start fresh? See, it thinks it took 2 hours, and it's been probably, if I'm generous, 45 minutes. But it's not been that long. So we've scrubbed personal data, removed Mandrill integration. All right, so we removed Mandrill. Got rid of the personal information. Agent mail decoupled. Bridge top AI stays. Sorry, has to. persona file. We've got it cleaned up so it doesn't have my name in it. I think it was the main thing. Now it's telling me decisions it made on the fly. Yes, so I just emptied all the entities. Alright, so we got rid of my VPS sandbox, which is good. So what we have left, security fixes, and we're paying particular attention to prompt injection side, then restore OSS work from backup and feature flags off, Docker file and license. We're almost done, honestly. So I'm gonna let it go because there's not a lot of. I'm gonna let it go. We're gonna YOLO tonight, man. Let's keep going. All right, y'all. I need a quick break real quick. I need to run up, let the dogs out, check on them, and I will be right back, like 5 minutes. We are back. So just in case anybody is here watching live, what we're doing is we're taking this personal assistant agent that I created and we're refactoring. Come on, Brian. We are refactoring it to turn it into an open source product. So right now we're in the middle of that. We're in phase 3 of, I think, 5 phases. We're about done, honestly. But what Squire can do, and it's really about its memories. And this essentially, this is not all of the memories because you can't render them all. But this kind of gives you a view of, you know, if you have an entity, then it's going to show its relationships to other entities. So we're storing by relationships. And then one of the big differences is this is its memory. And we take all of those entities that we extract from your chat. Those are synthesized and given values. A salience value, an emotional value, and a decay value. And then all of that is synthesized and put into what's called a living summary. And this living summary is essentially a snapshot of you and who you are, something current that you're doing, your health, well-being, whatever you give it, right? That's what it's going to use. This then is consolidated, summarized, and injected as context into your agent. So every time you send a message, it gets, in general, we do have a gate in here now where we don't send the entire package. If it's kind of a simple question, then there's no sense in sending this entire package. But a normal chat, it's going to have this living summary context package injected into it on each turn or cached in. So it's going to know who you are as you interact with it. So this is highly personal right now as far as how I built it and some of the tools it uses. So that's what we're doing, is we're stripping some of that stuff out so we can get it open source ready. Anybody using GPT 5.5? I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. What I read about is pretty good things. Except for the front end, I still hear it's not great at. Design, I guess. Anybody watching, tell me where you're from. Say hi. Let me know you're here. So I don't feel like I'm talking to the void. How about local models? Anybody running local models? I'm just waiting on that Opus 4.5 level open model. Let's finish this, man. We're gonna sweep the leg. See if I can put an emoji in there. I need the robot leg. Does this have that? Oh yeah, it does. You gotta have fun, man. Right? Can't all be serious. Just in case you can't see it. You see it now? Sweeping the leg, baby. Robot. Just trying to get a reaction out of y'all, man. Somebody has to be in here watching, and they're just lurking. This is an open forum. Hi. See, I'm going to say hi, so somebody has to say hi back. Yeah, I need to think about how I can best test this install. By the way, the original plan had this like 2 weeks. Would we do it in an hour? That time thing kind of went away with Opus 4.5, and I don't remember it in 4.6 either, but it seems like it's back in 4.7. They have no clue about time, man. They don't have any clue about anything really, as far as state. That's what's weird about them. So since nobody's talking, I'm just gonna start rambling now. But that is what's weird about them is, you know, they're just mathematical probabilities, right? That's how you get, that's how they predict, just probability. But they're trained on nothing but human data, right? Videos, books, papers, text, anything they could get their hands on. And they talk like, you know, they talk as if they are human because that's all they know, right? And I'm relating this back to the time thing because that's a concrete example of they talk like it's, you know, this is because that's how long it would take a human before an AI got involved to do that task. So they still think it's gonna, you know, take that long. My bigger point is here is they talk exactly like a human and like they know what they're doing. And they're so confident all the time. But yet they can gaslight the crap out of you. So you always have to be watching. You always have to be it's definitely a verify and then trust. See, that was a ramble. That was all over the place. All right, it says it's done. Says we're done. All right, so this is what we're going to do. No, we're not going to push yet. So while that's doing that, I just told it to save a handoff context and in Mandrill, and then we're going to start a new session and we're going to create some tests, and then we're going to figure out how we can test and install. I have some ideas. I don't know why I'm not seeing. I think it's saving this in the wrong. It's in the wrong project, man. I'm telling you, it's in the wrong project. Guarantee it's going there. This is really on me. We're gonna have to do some cleanup, man. We're gonna have to do some cleanup. So let me go. Guarantee it's here. Nope. Wrong. This today. Weird. I can tell you I never have this kind of problem, so I don't know what's going on here. Is it in here? Yeah, there it is. So it starts right here. It's got to move them. It's got to move them. Gotta check something else too. Let's see if there were any now. Oh, should be good now. It's very thorough, man. It's very thorough. Could be another one here. I get saved. I bet it got saved over here. Got a lot more here to do. This is real, man. This is like I said, it's not polished. This is real work. It's stuff that happens. There, this one. Okay, getting there. We're getting there. All right, now we're good. Now we're good. So let's see what it says. I want to see what it says for its recommended next steps. Wow. I have never seen this before. I don't know if anybody's watching. This thing is given commands the next session will likely use. It's given the model what commands it will most likely use next session. Never seen that before. Does it talk about what to do next session now? Oh yeah, here we go. All right, that's a very detailed handoff. I will give it that. Very detailed. So we're gonna clear this. It gave me my emojis back. You got them hyped up, man. And this is the beauty of Mandrill. Like, I have no hesitation with /clear. Because everything, just hit the mic, sorry about that. Everything that we do is stored in Mandrill. So what I do to start them off is we're going to give them the project directory. And I'm going to say Mandrill. Then I'm going to say make sure bitch. Switch to that project. I'm going to say context get recent, which is just a Mandrill command that tells it to come in here, switch to this project, comes in, and it's going to read the last. It defaults at 5. If it changes it, it can do as many as it wants, but it's going to default at 5. And that will get it up to date. And if it needs more context, obviously it will do that. So you can see it switched Squire OSS, got context, knows where we're at locally on OSS refactor, knows what was done, not pushed, next phase per handoff, write meaningful tests and plan install verification before going public. It's going to say untested but claimed working services. I'd suggest, but your leads start with security critical unit tests. Any security.md promises work. I'm going to say I agree with start. page. I already answered that. Let's explain. So it's just explaining what we're doing, and we're going to write some unit tests to make sure that what we claim our security side does matches what it does. And we're going to do that in safety.ts. We're going to check our gate for our dangerous tools, which we have a list. Gonna make sure our APIs are working. All right, then we're gonna check our password off. Let's go. Somebody watching, tell me a project you're working on, or a project you would like to work on, or ask me a question. Ask me anything. You know, so I don't feel like I'm talking in the great void. What are you asking me here? This is a fork in the road, it says. Let's go with option A. What was that? We're going to use Node's native test runner. Just said something that we're going to have to check on. Three legacy Vite test files stayed broken. They were already broken before we got here. So we're gonna have to figure that out. Anybody run local models? If so, tell me your favorite, or tell me your favorite model that you like working with. Is it GPT 5, 5.5? Is it Sonnet 4.6, Opus 4.7, Opus 4.5, Opus 4.6? everybody has a favorite. What do we find? We found something. I'm not gonna lie and say that I totally understand this, but it's saying it found a security issue that it's protecting, but it's not protecting for the right reason, and that an attacker could find a way around it. Our DNS.lookup. Why this matters: the load-bearing safety property, we validate the resolved IP never executes for IPv6 literals. Today this is fine because DNS for a bracketed string fails, but if someone in a future refactor changes how address is computed, say sets address equals parse.hostname differently, then the IPv6 private range rejection silently stops working. So we would lose that protection. It's got the line number and the fix. Okay, we're gonna stop now, stop and fix the bug. Oh, heck that. So I had a viewer the other night, and I would love somebody to answer this other than this viewer that I'm going to talk about. But I had a viewer the other night say that it talks to its model when it works with AI like a cold robot. So I'm curious, do you talk to your AI like a cold robot? Or do you talk to it like it's somebody you know, a partner, a stranger? How do you work with your AI? And then tell me why. 'Cause that's the cool part, right? The why. We just found and fixed 2 real SSRF vulnerabilities that were sitting in v0.1.0. Nice job. And you're going to see right here how I talk to my AI. I keep it hyped and I try to keep it focused. All right, I'm trying to get this in my head here real quick. Now, this is what I'm talking about, man. Like, this, it's made this into a little bit of a bigger deal than it really is. It's just saying to run this test, it needs to get a list of the tools that we are saying we are protecting against, and it's asking me how to do it. I mean, that's essentially what it's doing. All right. And listen, I had the other one prompted up. I cleared, brought this one in, and I didn't prompt this one up before we started. So I'm going to do that now. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm just going to let it finish out here. But I will say one thing. Telling it is my partner, and the reason I have a reason for doing this, the reason I do it, especially with this model, I'm just telling it, you are my partner and you have authority to make these decisions, big slash breaking decisions we talk about. And this is just so, because this model is very, very conservative, and it will ask, excuse me, ask you every little question if you don't give it some confidence to say. It's not even confidence, it's just it wants instruction, right? Like, it needs instruction. So that's all I'm doing, and I'm just giving it instruction in my way. So it's very cautious. It's saying it will save that as feedback, so I don't ask again next session. So it must be writing it to its memory. 18 of 18 test pass. $64 of $64 pass. I really do hope somebody out there is watching would try Squire out once we get this up as open source. Gonna have it right here, Squire OSS. If anybody's watching live, tell me where you're watching from. Say hi. Ask a question. Let me know I'm not talking to the void. What do we got here? Test 3's done. All right, hold on a second. This is not making any sense to me, so I gotta read this again. Auth middleware was the cleanest. No bugs found. The security claims hold up. All right, it's just a very detailed saying that the test passed, so we're good. I felt like I was on a game show with that music. Found a major problem, I think. All right, so basically because I can run, and I run Squire on my VPS where it runs, I call it YOLO, but it can run any tool it wants. So we have a flag where we can turn that off. It defaults at no. But what it's saying is when you have the default, when you have it on yes, and there is a chance of having a security issue through prompt injection. But we had protection built in for that. It's not wired up. So we're going to go through each one and wire it up. Not we, it. All right, we got about 15 minutes left before 11 o'clock. And since I'm not getting any audience participation, we're probably going to wrap this up about 11 o'clock. I'm willing to hang in and stay as long as anybody wants, but you know, you got to talk to me. Gotta talk to me. In case anybody is watching, I'll go over Squire, what Squire actually is again. So Squire is my personal agent slash assistant. I use it for my day job. I use it for working on projects, to keep notes, and it has full access to Mandrill, which is the tool that we've been using to store our work in. It runs on my VPS, so it has full, I think I just said this earlier, but it has full tool use. It can improve its own code. It can spin up special scripts, track projects for me. It's very flexible. It also can talk to Claude Code or spin up a Claude Code session, so it can prompt Claude Code to do bigger work. And again, since it can connect to Mandrill, that just means I can do work, you know, throughout the day on my phone. through Squire. We have notes. So I can pin a note, and if I pin a note, that's going to pin that note to the context for your agent as well. So it's going to know about it. We have lists, so you can create standard lists to keep track of things. All of these you can create manual or through the chat interface. It has tools to create all of these as well. It has a full RAG system, so you can upload documents that are vectorized and stored in chunks. And you can search it. The agent can then search over these documents. Along with the documents, if you had, if you wanted to concentrate on one special document, then you can click discuss a document. You can load that document up. So if I did this is a Duramax installation guide. If I went to chat, I could ask it a question about this document. And if I said something like, how flat does the subfloor need to be to install a Duramax? That's a pretty obscure question, and I don't think they were really trained on that. So it's going to tell you 3/16 of an inch in 10 feet and 1/32 of an inch in 12 inches. Since I'm a flooring rep, I know that's correct. So, that could be extremely useful for a sales rep, or even, a mom at home that wants to keep track of different things. We keep track of your finances. All of this is stored locally too, right? Like, it's stored on my VPS, but you can store it locally on your machine at home. But the real difference here is Mandrill's memory. So if I go over here to timeline, as you chat with Squire, it will extract certain entities. And these are some of those extractions as I've chatted with Squire. This one right here, the user completed the ELP properties, this is a dealer, a flooring dealer, finishing all 3 props items. And what this means is I had objectives for the month, and Squire was tracking those objectives for me. So every time I went in a dealer and I completed an objective, I would come out, tell Squire, it would track it for me. So this is an extraction of that. So if I go over here to their graph, this is a representation of the memories. It's not all of them because you can't render everything. It would be too slow to use. And I'm going to use this example because this kind of shows it's a great way to show how we're not just storing extractions, we're storing relationships between those entities and how they all connect. So if I go to Christian, this is an entity we've extracted from a conversation I had. We go to Christiansburg and I click on it. It's going to bring up everything that's related to this entity, right? So Mannington, Advantage dealer was discussed because there's an Advantage dealer in Christiansburg. Mannington is obviously a supplier. And if you look right here, this dude's saying it has kind of an interesting story. So what this memory is when I told Squire for the first time to go to a website, to Mannington.com, and I told it what product I wanted it to look up, and I wanted excuse me, I need to get some water, I believe. Give me 1 second here. So I sent it to Mannington.com, told it a sample that I wanted it to look up, or a product I wanted it to look up. I wanted it to order a sample, and I told it what dealer to send it to. It did not have a dealer's address, mind you, either. Now, it took a little bit of time, but it clicked through, found the form, filled out the form, found the dealer's address, and sent that sample to the dealer, or ordered the sample for the dealer. And that's what this memory is. So you can see how, and that dealer is in Christiansburg, and it sent it this sample, and this is where the user agent, Squire agent, successfully completed, and this is a memory of after it finished it. So all three of these are tied together. So it kind of gives you an idea of how this works. So then what we do is we take all of those extractions and relationships, and we synthesize it all together into what we call a living summary. And this living summary, and all of this, your pin notes, active list, any patterns it has, beliefs, this is all packaged up and injected into the context of Squire. So when it comes in, it knows who you are and what's going on. So that's a base. That was a long overview, but that's an overview of Squire, and that's what we're working on. We're taking this, which was highly personalized for me, and we're creating an open source version, and we're going to put that up on GitHub tonight, as soon as we finish these tests and fix anything that's broken. I'm losing my voice, and I don't know why, because I haven't talked that much tonight. It's allergy season, and it's killing me. All right, what do we got here? 113 tests passed out of 113. We wired the 6 handlers up that weren't wired up, I guess, before. Yeah, now returns the refusal message. Some words I have trouble with, y'all. Let's commit. Then we're gonna smoke test it. All right, my last call. If anybody's watching live, just type hi. Just type hi, H-I, in the chat. Let me know you're still watching. If not, we're gonna shut this thing down, and I'm gonna finish this out. Or maybe I just need to turn the music up in my headphones and bounce my head up and down. I think, and there a guy that streams vibe codes like this, but I gotta get sunglasses. Then I have to stand up and dance while I'm vibe coding. It's getting late and I'm getting silly, man. I'm getting silly. Now we got to make a decision on how to test. How did it fix this? How did it fix it? Add the function definition inline at the top of the... That's not really, I don't think that's a proper... The inline function thing is not really a good idea, but... All right, it's 11:03. and I've gotten all my outcries, I've got no response, man. So we're gonna call it a night. I will be back again. And again, just so everybody knows, if you are listening, I really am doing this. This is not a polished thing. Like I said, I'm showing you real. And I'm showing you real how you pay attention to what you're building. I'm not trying to build 25 things at one time. I'm trying to build real, working apps that are helpful. And I want to, with this live stream, I just want to try to help people get started. I want you to understand. I want people to understand that you can build personal apps now. It's a doable thing. You can get a VPS for $10 a month and store a whole lot on it, and you can have your own personal app serving from that VPS. You don't have to have the big guys. You can customize it to what you need. And I just want to help people get started and realize that, because I know when I started a little over a year ago, it's hard to learn this, right? It's hard to learn the systems, the frameworks. What's a back end? What's a front end? What's an API? What's a server? What's Vite? What's React? What's Postgres? What's a vector? I could probably name 1,000 more if you gave me more time, but I'm here to help you learn, and I want people to ask questions, and there are no dumb questions whatsoever in this field. Absolutely zero dumb questions. So that's what I'm trying to create. I just want to, and I've got some tools that we're working on too. We're creating, say your words. So anyway, that's it for the night, y'all. Until next time, this is Ridgetop out.